So today we'll be looking at separation techniques, okay, and purification of what? Of organic compounds using some several techniques, okay. So we are focusing mainly on what? Organic compounds, okay. So we are going to look at just few of them with regards to the syllable, what we have in the syllable. Of course, you know that separation techniques are just those techniques that we normally use to separate mixtures that can be volatile, that can be mixable or non-mixable, volatile or non-volatile, okay. So the first technique we're going to look at is distillation technique, okay. So this distillation is used to separate mixtures based on difference in their what? Boiling points, okay. The key point is there that it is based on their boiling point. Remember that every mixture or every compound in a mixture has their own specific what? Boiling point. So that boiling point is unique for each of them. So we use the boiling point to differentiate which one is which, okay. So, and there are several types ranging from the simple distillation, the fractional distillation, and the steam distillation, okay. So of course, you know, when you were in secondary school, you were taught how to separate crude oil from the fractional distillation technique, okay. You can use fractional distillation to separate your crude oil, the components like the kerosene, the bitumen, the gasoline, the diesel, and the rest of them. You can actually separate these things using fractional distillation method, where you have your fractionating tower, then you have your compartments that can be able to take those gases or those volatile compounds that can come out from those mixture at every boiling point, depending on the boiling point, okay. So what is the application of this distillation? We apply distillation in purification of what? Solvents and volatile compounds. We apply distillation in purification of solvents and volatile compounds. So we purify solvents and volatile compounds using the distillation method, okay. So the next one we'll talk about is liquid extraction. It's a technique. This technique is what we use to separate. It is based on solubility, okay. This technique is based on solubility difference in two immiscible liquids. Take note, in two immiscible liquids. So the two liquids must be what? Immiscible, okay. So for example, when you have an organic solvent, okay, and it's an organic solvent like hexane, an organic solvent like tetrachloromethane or benzene, these are organic solvent, okay. So when you mix them with water, we can actually separate them using the liquid what? Extraction method. So I will not go into details. So what's the application? The application is for extraction. We use this method to extract. For example, if I want to extract the phytochemicals in a particular plant, I can use ethanol as an example. So that's the liquid extraction. We can use the liquid, we can extract it, then vaporize the ethanol, and then have the extract, which is what we are looking for. Okay, so liquid extraction is used to extract organic compounds from the aqueous what? Mixture. So when you have an aqueous mixture of any plant extract and you want to extract it, you can extract it more using an organic solvent like ethanol, which is an example. The other ones, you can also use solvents like hexane and the rest of them to extract, okay. So these are all application of a liquid extraction techniques. Then the next one is the sublimation method. Of course, we know that sublimation involves something changing from its solid state to the gaseous form without passing through the liquid state. So if you want to actually use this method, you must make sure that what you're trying to separate must be a substance that can sublime, okay. So something that can sublime from a mixture, you can actually separate it from there. So sublimation process is a process where solid changes directly into the vapor. Of course, I told you that, without passing through the liquid state. So useful in purifying volatile solids. So any solid that is volatile and that can transform from the solid to the gaseous state without turning through the liquid state can be separated with this method, okay. Example is we have naphthalene and camphor. We can also use ammonium chloride, also can sublime, but since we are talking about organic compounds, we can just focus on these two. Ammonium chloride also, this compound can also sublime, okay. There are a lot of them, not just this, so there are more examples that we can use to illustrate this information on the board.